So one of the most common responses I got straight away is I don't really understand what Krishnamurti is talking about. And to me, Krishnamurti never actually summarized what he's saying, but in every speech, it's a whole speech. So one speech is enough for you to understand the truth to your life. And the truth to your life is not that complicated. We all live with this ego. It's normal. Everybody does it. Everybody has expectations, hopes, dreams. It's normal in our society to try to become someone. And obviously capitalism is telling us what we need to be and how we're supposed to look and what we're supposed to buy and which name we need to have on our chest. But Krishnamurti always, pretty much, it all boils down to die to yourself. So what it is you in your life, looking at your ego, looking at all the what you think you are, who you think you're going to become, what your hope is going to happen, who you think your soulmate is that's going to save you, whatever. All of that, looking at that and seeing that it's just an idea. And once you recognize it as it's not really real, and then living without it is so much easier, and it's not that complicated. It's just an idea. You acquired this idea. It slowly grows. Your ego has never been fixed. If you think of how you thought of yourself as a 2-year-old, no, not 2-year-old, say 10-year-old, and how you think of yourself now, you think that it was a constant throughout time, but obviously it changes. We just live with it so closely that we don't notice the changes, and we think it's real. So all that Krishnamurti is saying is that the root cause of your thoughts is the ego. Die to yourself. So look at that ego, really look at it. For me, it was my mother didn't love me. I was sexually abused as a child. I needed to look at that. I needed to go into that and go well, how has that changed me? How did that affect my ego? And should it have? And what about the human being? What change does it make? It's an experience that traumatizes us. It's an experience that scars us, brings us sadness. But this dragging it on, the idea, that's the ego. What happened. It is what it is. It can be a very sad situation, but the dragging it on, that's the worst thing. That's the trauma. That's why I always laugh when people say Krishnamurti must have had a motive, because why would he spend his lifetime going and talking to people? And it's you don't understand. This freedom that you have is so great. And then the only thing that tarnishes it a little bit is that everybody in your life, you can see that they're weighed down by the ego, and you go, hey, please die to yourself. Hey, your ego's just an idea. Hey, your ego just did this and this to you. But we're so attached to it, we think that without it we're nothing. Well, we are. That's the whole point. We are nothing, and that's the beauty of it. And it's not until you actually do it, not conceptually, not an idea, but actually look at your life and go all right, this is what happened. I'm done with it. I'm moving on. I am nothing. All this that happened to me, that's the good thing. All the bad things, they're gone. So before I was a victim of sexual abuse, now I'm nothing. So that's a lot better. And the little things that my ego thought it was, that I thought would make me great, they're so petty, little, they don't even make any difference in the grand scheme of things. Because the suffering, that's the problem. That's the thing that I suppose motivates me. Motivate is not the right word. All I want is for you to feel the same release, the same salvation, the same joy and happiness in the present moment. If gurus want to take your money to pretend like they're going to give it to you, I would probably give you all my money so that your ego, that you recognize the sincerity of what I'm saying and what this actually means. Because people just say, oh yeah, so you're nothing, yeah, but whatever. I was like, no, like as soon as I hear that, I go like, yes, nothing. This is all, like as soon as you can accept that, your suffering is over. What can be sweeter than that? So, thank you very much for listening, and please keep sending me the comments. Thank you so much for the response. The more, question the teacher, the more, nudge me, like tell me exactly what's going on, and I'll try and address it as best I can. And hopefully you'll join me soon on the happier side of life. Sorry for my neighbors. I do live in Barcelona at the moment. This is standard. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.